Time for the bull riding here in the 83 Rodeo Superstars Championship. This ought to be a great match. Ken Wilcox out of Greenbrier, Arkansas, has been around for quite a number of years, Walt.
Certainly has, the 1973 intercollegiate champion. And he's grown up pretty tough here with Charlie Sampson.
He'll come out as shoot number 2, first of 2 bulls. 6 judges scoring everybody. He'll take his time before he comes roaring out of there.
This is number 44 bull of Neil Gay string. Supposed to cut back to the left. And look at here, cut back to the right.
Kenny Wilcox giving it a ride here in Fort Worth.
He's making an excellent ride and an excellent dismount. I don't know if he made the whistle or not. If he did, he'll get a 10-second bonus.
Ken Wilcox, an all-around cowboy. Watch this ride again on number 44.
This bull is supposed to turn back to the left, only he turned back to the right, and that kind of threw a little kink in probably Kenny's plans, but he came out of it real good.
Now, how accurate are those scouting reports?
Well, you get tendencies of bulls burned throughout the years, and these bull riders know, and this is one sport where your fellow competitor will help you. Just jerked his hand loose.
And here's a great story. 25-year-old Charlie Sampson out of Inglewood, California, suffered a broken leg back in February of this year, so this is one of his first rides since then, and he's the defending champion.
He really is, and he's been a great champion. I tell you, you never meet a nicer guy, and he's drawn Blue Max of Neil Gay. This bull weighs 1,850 pounds. Charlie Sampson probably weighs 125, so strength plays a little part, but is not the main ingredient in a great bull ride.
Charlie Sampson only 5'4",
and every bit of it muscle.
Got interested in rodeo as a 10-year-old. Here he goes. Oh, it didn't last long at all.
No, it didn't. You know, and it looked like the bull did what they call hit himself on the gate. Now, when a bull hits himself on the gate, it kind of throws him out of time and throws an extra little turn there at the cowboy. Let's watch him. See him hit the gate right there and kind of threw him off balance, and then when he came back, he threw Charlie into his hand and came off. But now it didn't hit Charlie, so there's no foul. The judges won't give him a reride. If it hit Charlie and knocked him off, then Charlie would have been declared a reride.
Charlie Sampson only 55 points on his first ride. Kenny Wilcox had scored 250 last time out, so he is well on top.
All right, here's the bull that we just saw Charlie Sampson on. They'll swap bulls, and Kenny will get on Blue Max that Charlie got on first. And he didn't. He had a little better luck, but not a whole lot.
But at least he didn't hit that gate this time out.
He came real close, so I think that's a tendency with this bull. Kenny's riding him real good. He gets his spur up there, his left spur up, and off the right side he went.
That gives him a total of 395 on his 2 rides. Now Charlie Sampson, he's got to have a Herculean effort to win this.
He really does, and this is the bull that Kenny Wilcox scored the 250 on, number 44, Neil Gay. He's going to make a good, well, he got him kicked out right there, and just bucked him off again.
174 this time out for Charlie Sampson, but that's well short of the total of Kenny Wilcox.
Charlie looks like he's in good shape, but he just bucked him off into his hand. Both times Charlie's been bucked off into his hand.
Long enough. So Kenny Wilcox advances to the quarterfinals, and now take a look at Ricky Lindsay. He's out of Huntsville, Texas, and he's going head-to-head against one of the great ones, Mike Bandy.
He really is. He's drawn Bullwinkle for his first bull of Neil Gay string. This is an excellent bull, and let's see how Ricky gets by on this big bull.
22-year-old Ricky Lindsay out of Huntsville. Looking good.
Goes into that spin. Ricky's with him, but see, Ricky was trying to overcompensate for the spin. Now, you watch right here. When this bull goes into this spin, Ricky's in excellent shape. Bull's going into that spin. He's kind of leaning into the spin, then watch the bull come out of it and just throws him off into his hand. That's something new here at the Rodeo Superstars.
Now his competitor, Mike Bandy, out of Atkins, Texas, Lone Star Circuit champion, brother of the well-known country western singer Mo Bandy. Mike needs 175 or better to take the lead.
Mike's a tough competitor. I tell you, he's been in national finals a lot of times. Jacked him up, but he's still, watch him hustle. Watch him hustle, he's still hustling.
Did not get the full 8 seconds, but as Kenny Wilcox said, may have ridden him long enough.
That was a national finals bull, number 11 of Hall.
Like so many bull riders, Mike is not a big man. I find these guys are wiry and men of average height, as Jim McKay would say.
Well, they are. You know, most bull riders are from Charlie Sampson's size on up. You know, 5'3", 4", up to about 5'7" or 8", and weigh anywhere from 120 to 160 or 70 pounds.
Ricky Lindsay has the lead. Let's see if he can hold it now. He's out of chute number 2.
All right, this is the bull that Mike Bandy rode earlier.
Didn't last long, Walt.
No, it didn't. And I think Mike might have rode this bull a little further. Let's watch it right here. He looks like he's in pretty good shape. This bull's kind of skipping along, throws a lot of power, and just gets him into his hand, and that's the worst place for a bull rider to be. Second bull. Mo Bandy, his brother's here watching him. I asked Mo what he thought about when he watched Mike ride.
Well, the first thing that I always think about, and the most that I think about when I see Mike ride, is his safety. That's the first thing that I think about through the whole ride. I'm a nervous wreck from the minute he gets on the bull to the minute he gets off. But also I'm concerned about how he does as far as scoring and everything. But I have to be worried about, I try not to, but I'm worried about his safety, getting on the bull and getting off the bull safely. And then I start thinking about how good he did after he gets through.
Well, he needed 120 or better to surpass Ricky Lindsay as Mo Bandy continues to watch. What do you think, Walt?
Well, I think he stayed on long enough to beat Ricky Lindsay and advance to the quarterfinals.
stretch in the first round of competition in the 83 Rodeo Superstars Championship. And Wasey Cathy, who is a veteran bull rider in this competition, is up first. Walt?
Well, he's drawn a good bull here for his first one. Circle A of Dale Hall, been to the national finals a couple of times. They say this bull will come out, turn to the left, and really kick high in the back end. I hadn't been riding any of these, so let's see.
Wasey Cathy out of Del Rio, Texas.
Making a good ride. I tell you what, Wasey's really putting on a show. Using his feet really well. He used his feet really well. I think the judges are going to like this ride really good because Wasey really made a good bull ride here.
See if you can't point out exactly what made it such a good ride.
Vern, if I had to say it in a couple of words, I would say body position and control. You notice Wasey here has got his feet exactly where he wants them. He's using them. He's keeping his feet in front of that rope. He's sitting right straight up on the bull.
It's 282. Now, Gary Toole from Mangum, Oklahoma is up next. Rookie of the year in '79. He's a registered stockbroker when he's not riding bulls.
Well, he's drawn Bernice Johnson's stock brokerage firm, number 50. And this bull's got a lot of action. It'll go either way out of the chute.
Gary Toole making his first appearance here in Fort Worth in the Superstars competition.
Looked like the bull tried to go both directions out of the chute.
He had a good ride going, it appeared.
He really did. You watch this bull, really throws a lot of fakes at him. I mean, watch his neck and head. He's throwing in both directions. Gary's staying right where he should. He's in good shape up until about right here, and he got bucked off into his hand.
Gary Toole with a point total of 266, so he trails Wasey Cathy by 16 points as Wasey Cathy gets set for his second ride.
Wasey's got a lead here on Gary, so all he wants to do is ride this bull for the full 8 seconds, if at all possible. And Wasey's having good bull rides here. I'll tell you what, these are 2 in a row. There's another 8-second whistle, so that's a 10-point bonus.
Well, he has been around for a long, long time. Comes from a rodeo family. His dad was involved in the sport, so was his mother and his wife.
This bull is throwing a lot of jumps and turns into Wasey, and Wasey's handling it all well. He uses his feet as good as any bull rider that we've seen here in the competition over the past 2 or 3 weeks.
I'll tell you how good his ride was.
He marked the same on both bulls, 282 and a 282. So Gary Toole's got his work cut out for him.
Yep, and it was a little too much. Gary Toole thrown off, and he won't score well with that one.
Quit work a little early, didn't he?
It's from stock to the stock brokerage, I think, after this ride.
I think so. This is a tough bull that he's on, and watch, it tips him right into his hand, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing you can do when you get out of balance into your hand like that.
112 for Gary Toole. Wasey Cathy advances. Next up, oh, this ought to be a dandy match. Butch Kirby out of Comanche, Oklahoma.
1978 world champion bull rider, and he's matched against the runner-up last year, Bobby Del Vecchio, the Bronx Bomber. So this should be an excellent match.
Kirby beat Don Gay back in '78. Let's see what he can do here.
He's got P76, a Dale Hall string, and Butch is riding him good. He's a little off balance here. That's going to be close for the whistle, so it's going to be up to the judges whether he got that 10-point bonus or not. You watch him here. This bull is ducking back to the right. He's right in there with him. Gets a little off balance here, but you watch Butch hustle back up. Butch told me you ride a bull with your free arm, not with the rope, not with your hand that's in the rope, because balance is in the hand that's in the air.
Well, he balanced out at 218. Real bright lights in rodeoing in recent years. What a personality this kid is. Bobby Del Vecchio, who now is in Dallas, but he's from the Bronx.
1981 and 1982 runner-up for the world, so he's got all the credentials he needs to be invited to the Superstars. He's drawn number 9 of Bradford Ivy, a real good bucking bull, so let's watch Bobby Del Vecchio as he gets ready.
Bobby's first appearance in the Superstars competition.
I'll tell you what, I don't know what kept him on the first 2 jumps, because he really got tipped off into his hand, and how he got back on the bull for the time that he did is beyond me.
Watch again the problems from Bronx-born Bobby Del Vecchio.
Watch him right here. This bull kind of tips him right there into his hand. He gets back up in the middle of the bull right here. He tips him up one more time. He still gets back. And the 3rd time's a charm, because the bull dumped him right there in front of the chute.
Now each will have one more ride here in the first round as it comes to its conclusion in the 1983 Rodeo Superstars Championship.
You know, we talk about the competition here, Vern. It's almost impossible to ask these cowboys to get on 2 ranked bulls in such a short period of time, but they're athletes. They got to let it try, and they don't mind it.
Fine ride for Butch Kirby out of Oklahoma. Bull's not finished with his work yet.
No, he's not. Sound like Butch was just a little bit short of the whistle, so he probably won't get the 10-point bonus here.
See the work of the guys, the Cowboys around the chute door, and then the gate, they open it, and here he comes.
All right, you notice he's got this bull started real well. Butch uses his feet real good. He's sitting right up on there. This bull's turning back into Butch's hand, and that's the way he wants it, you know. Now he gets bucked off. He did make the full 8 seconds.
274 points. 492 for Butch Kirby, and Bobby Del Vecchio has a tough task in front of him.
He really does, because there's Jimmy Anderson, one of the national finals clown that are working with the Rodeo Superstars here. Very important job. Him and David Burnham do an outstanding job at the Superstars here.
Let's see what Bobby Del Vecchio can do on his second ride. He trails Butch Kirby by a nearly insurmountable amount.
Well, it's what, 330 points possible, and we haven't seen a perfect ride yet, Vern.
It won't be this time. Watch out.
Look at him, he's hung up.
Watch out. And boy, you've got a great example there, Walt, of the value of Burnham and Anderson.
I was just fixing to say that, Vern. I tell you what, that's how they earn their money, and that's why we have them here. And they probably kept Bobby from getting even more seriously injured. See Don Andrews there, the Justin Healer, first on the scene to see if Bobby Del Vecchio needs any help or if he's all right.
I think he's going to be all right, but I'm not sure. Let's see what happened again, Walt.
All right, he looked like he was in good shape. He rides right-handed. The bull's turning back away from his hand there, just like he wants, but it just kicked him off there with his rear end. Got him down. Look here, his hands hung up a little bit, but the bull steps on him and jerks him loose. Good work by David Burnham and Jimmy Anderson.
Sankey, however, is the only cowboy competing in 2 categories, and he's matched against Charlie Needham here in the bull riding competition.
Lyle Sankey makes it look easy sometimes. He's been in the national finals 4 times, quite a competitor, cybernetic cowboy.
Sankey on his first bull.
160 of the Harry Vaux, spins to the right real fast. He's using that outside foot. Bull riding, Vern, they don't have to spur an animal, but if they do, the judges are going to like it and give them some more points.
Now, how many judges do we have in bull riding? Oh, look at this.
Watch it, Pete. That's Pete Gay, our flag judge out there in the field. We have 6 judges here as we watch Lyle Sankey on his first bull here. We have 6 judges. They mark the animal and the ride from 1 to 10 points. We'll throw out the high score and the low score, add the remaining 4 scores together, and multiply them by the length of the ride to come up with the total points.
And I'll tell you, after all of that, Lyle Sankey got 258 points, which is a fine point. Competitor is Charlie Needham out of Riverton, Wyoming. He's 24 years of age.
And he's drawn a bull called number 19 of the Dale Hall string. And the book on this bull says that he spins right out of the gate to the right.
Let's see if he does.
We've been wrong in the past, but maybe not.
He's ready to go.
And he went to the left. And I'll tell you what, he bucked him off real quick, so Charlie might have been looking for him to go to the right. And when he went back to the left, it was kind of a surprise, and Charlie ended up on the ground.
Well, he scores only 73.6 points. Look at it again. That bull went immediately left.
Well, it says he's supposed to go to the right. You see him sitting over there a little bit, and he goes to the left, gets him out of position outside, and with all that power and centrifugal force, throws him right back in the chute where he started from. Another angle here. Super camera work, super camera work. Right back in the chute. So the predictions aren't always true. The national finals, that's how they get to come to the Superstars, being the national finals clowns.
Second bull now for Lyle Sankey. And here he comes.
Tell you what, that bull, he's making a super ride. He's staying right in the middle of this bull. This bull is spinning both directions. The clowns move in that or take him away from Lyle Sankey. But the judge is going to like this. You watch this bull. This is TNT, Butler and Son. Goes into a spin to the right. I thought Lyle was in a lot of trouble, but he brought himself right back up out of it. Watch this bull stop here in a minute, Vern, and switch directions. Go back to the left.
Points for Lyle Sankey, so his total on 2 is 492. And Charlie Needham really is going to have the ride of his life. Well, look at this.
All right, they're switching bulls. This is the bull that Lyle Sankey, that spun both ways with him earlier, did the same thing there to Charlie and got him out of position and bucked him off.
Now you watch the work of the clowns, and they finally get that bull out of the arena.
Bull's kind of backing out, but as I said before, this is bull number 160, Harry Vole, the first one that Lyle Sankey. In this event, they will switch animals. It's not like in the bareback riding where they'll get on 4 different horses.
Pam Minnick is standing by with the 2 clowns.
David Burnham, Jimmy Anderson, the rodeo clowns, you fellows are superstars as well. It's a very important job. When you're out there, what do you know about the bulls before you're out there to save the cowboy?
Well, fortunately, Jimmy and I have both seen most of these bulls. We're familiar with them, and bulls have particular bucking patterns that they like to stick with, and so we know about the general area. But they're animals too, and so you can't ever tell. And we also know the ones that will fight and the ones that won't, usually.
How tough is this stock at the Rodeo Superstars?
Well, I tell you what, they've been some of the toughest matches I've ever seen, and in the past, I've been here to every one of the Superstars matches they've ever had, and it looks to me like they've got the rankest pen of bulls that I've ever seen here.
Back to more rodeo action.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. Charlie Needham falls to Lyle Sankey in the quarterfinals, and next up, Denny Flynn out of Charleston, Arkansas, defeated Shorty Garton in the first round, and he's matched against Ted News. Here's Denny Flynn.
Number 22, Bernice Johnson. This one of the rankest bulls in rodeo, as we just saw there. Been in the national finals 3 times, and he really jacks Denny out there. And Denny's one of the toughest bull riders in pro rodeo, so it's just an excellent match, but in this case, 22 won out over Mr. Flynn.
Saw those instructions from Jerry Beagley at the beginning of the bull riding, and here's a man who beat Jerry Beagley in the first round.
Another national finals bull. This is Alt from Bradford Ivy. I'll tell you what, the bulls are looking good here, but when we come back, Ted News will get on the bull that Denny Flynn got on first, and Denny Flynn has got to get on Alt right here. You see him handling Ted News pretty good. Bull really gets a lot of height in the back end and really leans the cowboy out over his head.
Denny Flynn will try and ride that bull.
This big Charolais bull of Bradford Ivy, this Alt, so Denny knows he's got to ride him farther than Ted News did.
He's already done so, Walt. That's a fine ride.
All right, it really is. I'll tell you what, Denny got by this bull real well. You see how high, as I mentioned earlier, this bull's rear end comes up in there and really cocks Denny out over, and watch him hustle with those feet, push himself back to stay in position and make a qualified 8-second ride.
That means that Ted News now has to have a superlative ride on the same bull that Denny Flynn scored 108 on.
And he can do it on this 22 of Bernice Johnson because he's a little ranker bull than all, as you see right there.
Yes, he certainly is.
He might have marked over 300 if he'd have rode this bull.
Well, that ride didn't last very long.
No, this bull's got a lot of power. You look at him here. He looks like he's in good shape after one jump, but he kicks him out just a little bit there off balance, and his hand's already out of the rope.
Ted News with a total point of 59.4. Here's Kenny Wilcox out of Greenbrier, Arkansas, defeated Charlie Sampson, one of the best ever in the first round.
I'll tell you what, Kenny's been the national finals bull riding average winner in 1980, and he's been to the national finals 3 times, but he's got his work cut out for him. 105 at Dale Hall, also a national finals bull. All right, now, this bull spun to the right and came back out of it. You watch here in the replay. Goes into a right-hand spin. Now, you watch. As soon as Kenny's kind of leaning to the right a little bit, watch him come out of it. Throws him off that right side, just gets him off balance and whips that power to him.
148.5 is the score. Against 32-year-old Mike Bandy out of Adkins, Texas.
Bando, he's been to the national finals 6 times, but I think this bull he's got drawn has been more than that. 777, Harry Vole, famous bucking bull, the 1979 and 1980 bucking bull of the year. So I think Mike's been on this bull a lot, and I don't think he's got him rode yet.
Jimmy Anderson and David Burnham are the clowns who are so important in this competition.
I'll tell you what, Mike tried him. You watch this bull kind of skip when he comes out, Vern. Watch, he's got to, you see him just skip and hop, goes into that spin, and Mike knows that he's just hanging on now till that centrifugal force finally gets him, because this bull weighs a lot. See him just kind of skip there? That kind of throws, see Mike's feet came up past that rope, well, that skip kind of moves his feet back, and as soon as he feels that bull is smart enough, he goes into that spin, and that's all for Mike Bandy.
Ken Wilcox has his turn.
He's got to get on 777, and Mike Bandy will get on 105. So Kenny Wilcox has got to ride this bull longer than Mike did. There's the skip into the spin. He's in better shape, but he's still got on the outside of that spin. Ken was in a little better shape going into the spin, but the power of sevens just finally caught up with him and got him on the outside. You watch him. He's looking for him going in that spin, and you notice his feet didn't move up, I mean, as far back as Mike's did, but he's still on the outside of that spin.
And down he goes. A score of 147, however, and that means it's there for Mike Bandy if he can get a good ride on 105.
And this is a very tough bull to ride. Dale Hall has brought some of his best stock here, so let's see what Mike does on him. I think he already slapped him. I'm not sure. I tell you what, that bull...
Oh, my gosh. Now you can see the clowns. They really got in there quickly as quickly as they could.
You watch this bull cut back right out of the chute. One jump and right back into it. And right there, Mike touched him right there, see? So the time is over. We have got a flag judge, Pete Gay, in the arena's watching for that. Slaps him again there, but you watch what happens here at the end. I thought he hit him with his head, but he didn't. He threw him right on Mike's head. See if he steps on him. God bless David Burnham and Jimmy Anderson. That's what they're here for. They're not funny guys at this rodeo. They're there just for the protection of the Cowboys. Mike's in a little bit of a storm.
Ken Wilcox.
I tell you what, he like to got him right there. Now watch this. Comes right over the top of him. Steps on him. Now the clowns move in.
Well, they do a terrific job. Mike Bandy is okay, but he did not win his quarterfinal match. Now then, Wasey Cathy out of Del Rio, Texas, and he's going up against Butch Kirby.
Well, both of them are good bull riders. Both of them have been to the finals. Wasey's been 5 times to the finals, and he's drawn bull number 30, Butler & Son, who's also been to the finals. So this ought to be a good match.
Third time Wasey Cathy has been here at the Rodeo Superstars competition. He's a quiet guy, but very confident on the back of that bull.
He's in good shape right now. He's using his feet well. Up. All right, he got off to the right side and looked like that rope the bull just jerked the rope out of his hand. He's in good shape, Brian, right here, using his feet real well. This bull kind of throws it back to him right here, but he's still in good shape. Now you watch. I think he just gets that rope.
Just great. Lyle Sankey out of Branson, Missouri, going up against Denny Flynn.
Lyle Sankey, been in the national finals 4 years. Him and his wife, Kathy, you know, travel around the rodeo circuits. He was a national finals average winner in the bull riding in 1978, and he's drawn number 22, Bradford Ivy. This big bull weighs about 2,100 pounds. One of the biggest bulls at the Superstars.
He's having a good ride, is Lyle Sankey.
Lyle has got him going good. There's the 8-second whistle. So whatever the judges score, we're going to add 10 points to it for the bonus for making the 8-second ride. This bull goes into a right-hand spin, which is away from his hand. Watch him use that outside foot. It looks like he's spurring, and he might be in this case, but he's reaching forward to pull himself back up on that rope.
266. That's the total Denny Flynn must beat here halfway through. Denny Flynn from Charleston, Arkansas.
Denny has been to the finals 9 times. Won the average there a couple of times, and he's also raised his cattle and does a lot of farming in his spare time. It just looks like a way to do something. Number 222, Harry Bow. What a super bull. And there's the whistle for him. This is going to be turned into a heck of a match, I tell you. He makes it sound easy, and as you mentioned earlier, Lyle Sankey is going to ride this spinning bull, which didn't spin. It made about 2 more jumps before he ever went into that spin, and Lyle got by him pretty good, though.
Lyle Sankey out of Will Garrison's favorite vacation spot, Branson,
Missouri, on 222, Harry Vogt. You remember he came out of the chute with Denny Flynn spinning to the left. Now you watch him go into that spin to the left, but watch him come out of it, go back to the right. Lyle's in good shape. I don't know if he made the whistle or not. I didn't hear it, but it looked like he did. Rode him long enough, so he'll have a 10-second bonus.
205.9 is total, 471.9 on 2 bulls. So Denny Flynn has to hang on for a while here and get a fairly decent ride.
Number 22, Bradford Ivy. This is an excellent bull. This is that big bull I was talking about earlier, 2,100 pounds. So Denny doesn't weigh quite that. I thought he bucked him off right there at the start. He really jacked him over, but Denny hustled.
Oh, my
Got him.
goodness. Watch out.
Come on, clown. That's what the clowns get paid for. You watch Jimmy Anderson. Watching this bull come out, he kind of kicked him over to the right, and I thought Denny was fixing to lose it all, but he really hustled with that inside foot this time, pulled himself back up straight, and makes an excellent ride. He finally goes off there, and he's in a lot of trouble. Bull kind of hit him with a horn right there, and that could have been bad. The bull stuck a horn in the ground instead, and Denny got him again there on the back.
Ken Wilcox out of Greenbrier, Arkansas is matched against Butch Kirby.
And he's defeated he's defeated the best bull rider in the world in 1982, and that's Charlie Sampson. He also defeated Mike Bandy. So here he comes on bull number 124, Bernice Johnson, and not long.
Yeah, that was a short ride for Kenny Wilcox. Total is 105.4.
He's a super bull rider. This bull bends her back to the left, and I thought Kenny was in excellent shape. You see him just get cocked over right there. Both feet come out, then his hands. So that's it for Kenny Wilcox.
Told me he tried out for the Dallas Cowboys once.
Butch did. He went down there and tried out his kicking caravan. And he's a super athlete. Plays golf well and evidently can kick a football pretty good.
Well, I got to think that's a little saner occupation than this.
I think so. 1978 world champion bull rider Butch Kirby. Number 7, Bradford Ivy. Now that's hustle, Barney. He nearly kissed that bull with his head and had the power to straighten back up. Makes an 8-second ride out of it.
Oh, that's an outstanding effort for Butch Kirby.
Kenny Wilcox has got this number 7 of Bradford Ivy that we saw Butch on earlier.
Here he comes.
Well, Kenny did not make the 8 seconds, so it all comes down to what Butch does on his final one. But Kenny sure needed a better ride than this. And I'm not saying that this is a bad ride. It's just he needed an 8-second ride to get that 10-point bonus and remain in the match with Butch.
It's 130.5 for a bull total of 235.9. Here's Butch Kirby.
124, Bernice Johnson, and he's already rode him farther than Kenny Wilcox did. He may go the whole 8, Bern. That's close. I think he might have made it.
I'll take a look again. 290 points for Butch Kirby. Charleston, Arkansas defeated Garton Noose and Lyle Sankey. And here's the creature.
7X, Dale Hall. Been to the national finals. What a bull.
That just looks mean.
It's a heck of a way to try to win $25,000.
It's a heck of a way to make a living is right. Here's Denny Flynn, first of 2 rides.
One of the most consistent bull riders over the last several years that's come down the road. And he's drove a really ranked bull, got him on the outside of the spin. Look at him hustle, Bern. I thought he was going to be out of it, which he finally got him, but I thought it was going to happen quicker than it did. These guys are really hustling here to try to win that money.
Well, Denny Flynn looks like he might have injured that right arm.
You watch right here. When he first comes out of the chute, this bull ducks it back and kind of cocks him up, and I thought, uh-oh, here goes Denny. But you watch him hustle. Right there, I thought he was off. And look at him hustle. Keeps hustling, keeps hustling. Finally gets him, but he lasted another 3 or 4 seconds that he wouldn't have without all that tremendous heart that Denny Flynn has.
Well, his total is 203 points, which is not that bad.
No, it's really not. I don't know how long exactly he rode this bull, but like I said earlier, this bull is really wrapping it up to the left. The 7X of Dale Hall has been to the national finals and finally throws Denny Flynn out.
There is no such thing as a gentle dismount in the bull ride.
I don't think so.
His opponent, Butch Kirby, Comanche, Oklahoma, defeated Del Vecchio, Kathy, and Kenny Wilcox to get here. And the animal?
018, Butler and Son. Another awesome-looking animal to be looking face-to-face with. 018, been to the national finals just like 7X, so they're well-mounted here in the championship finals.
Butch Kirby needs to beat a point total of 203 in order to take the lead, and he'll be sure he's all set.
He's getting ready. This is the worst place for a bull rider to be almost, is in that chute, because there's about anywhere from 1,600 to 2,000 pounds leaning against you. He's trying to stay out of what they call the well, and that's the inside of that centrifugal force inside that well. But he made the full 8-second ride.
He sure did.
Same problem, only the bull got him in the well.
Well, he's got one of the clowns
David
now.
Burnham moving in there. Jimmy Anderson right there. Same thing happened to Butch Kirby a while ago, only he is free arm. He kept himself out of the well. In this case, it looked like the bull hit Denny Flynn with a horn when he got down a little low inside that spin. There's James Pat Evans. I think you might know him from somewhere.
Dr. Pat Evans, the Cowboy team physician. Dallas Cowboys, that is.
Let's see. He goes back into that spin. And I think the Cowboys overcompensate a little for this spin. Now, you watch. See him right there? I think it hit him with a horn when he got inside. The bull's dang near fell on him. He's lucky. You watch now. Burnham. Is that Burnham? Burnham moves in there to take the bull away. Right here and almost takes a hook. He did take a hook in himself. Knocked him back in there over Denny Flynn. You see Anderson moving in there to bring the bull out of the arena. Good job. Let's hope Denny's not hurt.
I think Denny's going to be all right, and thank heavens for him. The competition is concluded for the night. 140 points for Denny Flynn. 343 on 2.
Here's another angle of it, Vern, and maybe we can see if the bull did hit him or what happened to him. You watch him, he comes down in there. I tell you what, that bull hit him in the head right then with a horn.
I think you're right.
I know. And I bet Denny knows, too. Look at the bull right down on him. Now, here's Jimmy Anderson to start with. Takes the bull this way. David's trying to get him to turn around. Now, watch this. Look at here. Yeah. Now, he takes a pretty good hook in himself. And they say these clowns don't do much, and they get a lot of money for what they do. Well, I tell you what, they earn every penny of it, and our hat goes off to Burnham and Anderson in this situation.
Well, they really helped to avoid what could have been a very serious situation. Well, Denny Flynn is going to be all right now. Butch Kirby's not in the greatest shape.
No, he's not, you know, because he was hurt on his last bull, and now he's got 7X of Dale Hall, the one that Denny rode earlier.
Second ride, championships on the line.
And he is hustling up over the bull. I don't know how long he rode that bull. Look at him. I tell you what, we're talking about two experienced cowboys. I mean, Denny Flynn's 32, Butch is right in there somewhere. And they've taken a lot of punishment. To ask them to get on two of the rankest bulls in the world in that short a period of time is almost unbelievable. He massed somebody, even for $25,000. Goes into that spin. It looks like he's outside. Watch him. He's overreacting a little bit now to get back up over the bull. Right there, he slaps him. His feet comes out. See the flag drop. Pete Gay drops the flag. That stops the time. He's lucky he didn't get stepped on. All right, but he's pretty happy.
Well, 154.8, and he should be happy. He has won the championship.